Hey kids, Pastor Brent here with a world premiere Whole Cut Kids TV. Stay tuned. Here it comes. Drum roll, everybody. A recipe in our Google Classroom that you can make, but I want to kick it up a little bit of notch because I guarantee this is going to be phenomenal. So let's look at the ingredients that we're going to need. We're going to start off with the andouille sausage. Now, if you don't want to use that, you don't have any of that, you can just use some bacon bits. Then the soul of the dish, if you will, are the red beans. We're going to need to drain these red beans before we start cooking them. I'm going to add these green peppers in. I've already got them cut. These green peppers that Noah grew for me are just too pretty not to use. We're going to need rice, Tabasco sauce, some Cajun Creole seasoning. Alright everybody, so I'm going to start off by turning my burner on high and add my water. Want to get this to a boil. Now one thing I like to do is I like to put just a little bit of olive oil in there for us. While we're getting our water brought to a boil, then we'll add our rice. But right now what we're going to do is we're going to turn in our andouille sausage. This is going to be smelling so good. You are going to be like dying wanting to eat right now. I can't wait to dig into this. This is some good food. Now why we're doing this is Kay Bennett meets the needs of the hungry people in New Orleans. When they come in and they're hungry, she probably needs to feed them first before she talks to them about Jesus, being the hands and feet, being an ambassador for Christ. So if you want to feel what it's like, you can maybe feel the love that she cooks into the food as she shares the gospel with those that come into Baptist Friendship House. Okay. So let's get that meat going, get our water up to a boil, and then in just a little bit when that happens, we'll be able to throw in our red beans and our green peppers, and we'll pour it over with some rice there again. But like I said, you've got to drain these red beans. So I'm going to go drain the red beans, and then you'll be back and you'll see. Boy, I wish you could smell it. It's phenomenal. All right, guys, so the water is now to a boil. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn that burner off, remove it from the heat. We're going to add in our 2 cups of rice to our 2 cups of water. We'll then cover this, we'll cover the rice and let it sit for about 5 minutes, and it should, after 5 minutes, it should soak all that up, and we'll fluff the rice at the end. And again, I like to put just a little bit more olive oil in there. That's why I like to do it. And right now, we're going to remove that, cover it. It'll sit here for about 5 minutes and get nice and fluffy. Now, if you could smell this. Andouille sausage is really smelling good. Can't wait to get in here. We'll get a little char on the bottom of this meat and bring out that flavor. It's going to be awesome. Alright guys, so what I want to do with this andouille sausage is I want to flip it over on the other side now. I want to flip them all over, and you'll be able to see the char that I've got going on. That char is going to bring out a lot of the flavors that are going to make this red beans and rice dish just off the chart. Alright guys, so look at this andouille sausage. I've got it charred on one side, we're charring the other side, so that flavor's cooking out. And now our rice right here is nearly ready to be fluffed. I'm going to check on it. Yeah, we need to do a little bit of turn of that and put a little butter in there. Don't use margarine, use butter, use the real stuff. Do I look like a guy that uses margarine? I'm talking the real stuff butter. And a little bit more olive oil. We'll do that. I think we're ready now to add our red beans that have been drained. So I've got 3 cans of red beans. Dump these red beans in here. I've got this on a low simmer. Alright. And then now I want to add my green peppers. Picked them out of the garden just a few minutes ago. We're going to add those green peppers in there. Stir this all up together and let this simmer for a good bit. Let those juices blend and that flavor blend together, and then we'll pour it with our rice, and we'll feel like we're just down in New Orleans sitting at Baptist Friendship House with Kay. So we're going to put this into the rice, stir that butter in, pour a little bit of olive oil, and let that keep soaking up all that goodness there. And then we're going to put a dash of some Creole, some Cajun seasoning in here. And if you look at these beans, we want to cook these beans down. Woo! Man, smelling good. We want to cook these beans down just a little bit more. We're going to try to get all that starch out of there, and I can't wait to eat. I'm hungry right now. If you could smell this, mercy. All right, guys, we're getting closer to being able to enjoy our red beans and rice. And just as Kay Bennett and Baptist Friendship House are the hands and feet of Jesus, we know that God is good and God is good all the time. This dish, this aroma is so pleasing. It just invites you to come in. And that's how we are to be. Our acts of service, the things that we should do, that should be a thing that is pleasing unto the Lord. And, you know, earlier I said we're going to put the andouille sausage in if you didn't have that and you want to put bacon in. But, you know, I've never really met anybody that doesn't like bacon. So why not add bacon to this too as we're putting our finishing touches in the dish. And we're going to cap it off with a shot of hot sauce right here. All right. The moment we've been waiting for, red beans and rice. So I'm going to plate this up. I guarantee this is good stuff. It looks so good. It smells so good. I can't wait to dive into it. This looks so good. I can't wait to dive into it. Next time you see me, I'll be eating a bowl of red beans and rice. All right, guys, here it is. Bon appetit. That's some good stuff.